Just sit back and relax, open up your mind. You're going to hear some things that are going to stretch your imagination. What we're talking about here is a cutting-edge science. We live in very exciting times. When we think of this technology that Amega has that is going to revolutionize the way we treat self-care globally, we're truly living in blessed times. And so this technology is built around zero-point field energy. And at the very first of this call, I think it's essential that I spend just a moment on what is zero-point field for those that have not ever heard of it before. And here's the short analogy that I use to try and get us at least with a handhold on what zero-point field is. If you had access to a very high-powered microscope, an electron microscope, that could look into inner space, what you would find is it would not matter, depending on whatever you put underneath that microscope, wouldn't matter what the choice was, whether it's seawater or a grain of sand or your finger. If you go into inner space deep enough, you come to a place where everything looks exactly the same. Electrons, protons, and neutrons. And for a very long time, that was believed to be the whole story. The building blocks of everything around us they thought were those particles. Until subspace particles were determined to exist. And then in 1913, one dimension lower than that, Einstein discovered zero-point field. And at first it was thought that zero-point field was a giant vacuum full of nothingness. But now we know that that's not the case. The quantum physicists around the world agree it exists. But it's not a vacuum. It's actually the complete reverse of that. It's actually the giant reservoir that holds all the energy from which everything manifests. It's the source of the energy from which everything manifests. And so what Amega Global has, it's kind of like they've cornered this access to putting source energy, resonance, into a variety of products through an amized fusion technology. For example, I'm holding in my hand one of my favorite products and our most demonstratable product. It looks like a stainless steel pen. But on close examination, there's no hole in the end where the ballpoint would normally be. That's closed over in stainless steel as well. And inside this wand, it's not a pen, it's a wand, inside of it are crystals and minerals that have sat in an amized fusion chamber for 21 days. They've been infused with zero-point field resonance, and so what shoots out the end of the wand is a stream of zero-point field resonance, remembrance, if you like. Now, you can't see the stream. It's not like a flashlight or a laser, but you can sure see the impact of it. And so that's pretty much where our story begins. Back in my home in Vancouver, early December, I have the good fortune of having Arun Keemer, the CEO of Amega, and Calvin Starr, the VP of Business Development, in my home to demonstrate the Amega products. And the first product they chose to demonstrate was this wand. And to do that, Calvin says, do you happen to have any lemons? And so thank goodness I did. He proceeds to cut a lemon into some thin lemon wedges, puts one on one plate and about 2 feet away, one on another plate, and he starts to wand the lemon, turning the wand in a clockwise motion about an inch above the lemon for about 45 seconds. And I try it, and it tastes like a sweet lemon to my palate. He says, now try the other one, the one that was not wanded. And it is so sour after I taste it, I'm ready to spit it out. And I'm thinking, how in the world did this happen? He never ever touched the lemon. Then he says, before I have a chance to recover, do you have any wine? We pour a little bit of red wine in 2 glasses. He wands the one, about 45 seconds again. And he asked me to try it, and I do. And it tastes like a very fine wine, a $50, $60 bottle of wine. He says, now try the other one, the unwanded, straight out of the bottle. And it tastes just the way I remember it, a $9.50 bottle of naked grape. So here's 2 simple tests. I'm blown away. I don't understand it. I can't imagine what happened there, but I can't deny it either. He says, now let's use your body for some more tests for strength, flexibility, and balance. And every time the Amega products were added to my body, I was stronger, more flexible, and more balanced. So in about 10 minutes from the time they arrived, I'm pretty much toast. And I'm thinking, man, I need to know everything now. So I book a flight to Chicago.